You've got gold chains, chainsaws, food chains, chain reactions, and etc. But today I'm going to introduce you to a chain you've probably never heard before, called the chain of infection. The chain of infection has been a huge topic of discussion with COVID-19, but any contagious disease undergoes the same steps to spread. With the help of my friend Pac-Man, I'll be discussing the preventative measures anyone can take to ensure that their friends, family, and communities stay safe, happy, and healthy during the pandemic. The chain of infection has 6 links, and for disease to spread, each link must be present in this order. However, these links can be easily broken, which helps to stop the spread. The objective of Pac-Man is to avoid the ghost and eat all the pellets at each level by eating power pellets. Seems simple enough, right? But let's say Pac-Man represents a person, the ghosts are the COVID-19 virus, the pellets symbolize individual protective measures, and the power pellets act as vaccinations. First, we have the infectious agent. In this scenario, COVID-19, or the ghosts, are our infectious agents that cause disease. If one begins experiencing COVID-19 symptoms, they should get tested and quarantine themselves from friends, family, and their community to lessen potential exposure. Secondly, we have the reservoir, which is the place where bacteria thrives. In this case, it would be the maze, because that's where the ghost chased Pac-Man. Skillfully dodging and moving through the tunnel would be how Pac-Man would break this link. Because humans are COVID's host, we must avoid situations where the virus spreads easily, like concerts or air travel, or areas like beaches where crowds are present. If in-person meeting is necessary, it's best to stay 6 feet apart. Third, we have the portal of exit, which is how bacteria exits the host to spread. The portal of exit in this case would be how the ghosts exit their ghost house to be the maze's menace. Aside from Pac-Man dodging, we can be more mindful of wearing personal protective equipment like masks, properly disposing of trash, and covering our mouths and noses when we cough or sneeze. Fourth is the mode of transmission, which is how bacteria spreads to another host after leaving the former host. How ghosts move up, down, left, or right around the maze to bump into Pac-Man, making physical contact with him, would be the mode of transmission, which causes him to lose a life. COVID-19 has various modes of transmission. Whether one catches it from airborne droplets or through physical contact, breaking the chain here requires disinfecting surfaces, washing our hands, and wearing masks. Fifth is the portal of entry. The portal of entry would be how bacteria enters the host. Although Pac-Man skips this step and loses a life upon making physical contact with the ghost, we should avoid touching our mouth, nose, and eyes with dirty hands, and washing our hands more often, as well as using hand sanitizer. Lastly, we have the susceptible host. Pac-Man may be the only host susceptible to dying from ghosts, but studies show that kids and the elderly are most prone to COVID-19 infection. We're most concerned about the immunocompromised, those with pre-existing lung and heart conditions, and those who are too young to get vaccinated. Anti-vaxxers, victims of misinformation and disinformation, and the ignorant are also easy targets because they fail to keep themselves informed and take these necessary precautions to stop the spread. December 13th, 2021 marked 21 months, 640 days since former President Trump declared a national emergency regarding the outbreak of COVID-19 on March 13th, 2020. Over 5,300,000 people have died from the virus worldwide. Still, we're experiencing spikes and discovery of variants like Omicron. These numbers don't have to keep rising, and it's up to us to stop the spread and do our part to break the chain of infection.